Sender Launchpad 500 straight ramp. Thank you for buying a Sender Launchpad 500 straight ramp. The 500 straight is an advanced ramp which can be used for takeoff or landing. The 500 should be treated with respect and only be attempted when confidence has been gained on the 350 ramp. The 500 straight ramp is easier to jump off than the curved 500, which makes it a good transitional ramp between the 350 and 500 curved. In this short film, we will show you how to assemble your ramp. It should be possible to construct your ramp in under 45 minutes on your own. However, help from a friend may make this faster and easier. Your safety and security using this ramp is in part dependent on a good construction process, so please take your time and follow all the steps as shown. You'll need a clear working space. Please protect work surfaces, organise and lay out your tools and components within reach. A tape measure and sharp pencil are essential bits of kit for completing this process accurately. Your ramp pack includes 2 legs, each leg has 2 parts, 1 back plate with 2 holes, 1 ramp deck, 1 500S spacer batten, 19 stainless steel TX25 screws, 6 hinges, 36 countersunk screws, 8 panhead screws, 4 T-nuts, 2 times 45 by 45 wood battens, and 2 straps. You will need an impact driver or screwdriver with Posi 2 drill bit, a drill with a 3.5mm wood drill bit, an impact driver or screwdriver with a TX25 torque driver bit. A quick clamp is an extremely useful tool for an easy and accurate construction process. Or you will need a friend to hold components, which will be slightly less accurate. First, take the 4 leg components, lay them on top of each other as shown. You will notice that the components are different sizes. You can easily identify the correct combination by pairing them together to form 2 legs of the same size. If the end of the lower triangle protrudes beyond the end of the straight section as shown, you do not have the correct pairing. Using the large 500 ramp board as a work surface will make your construction more accurate. Take one of the legs. The guidelines scored into the face of the plywood should be facing upwards. You should see these lines crossing both leg components. Clamp the 2 sections together with your hands, removing any gap between them. Take 3 hinges and align them between the marks on the plywood. Ensuring the join is closed and the hinges centralised, use a sharp pencil and mark the centre point of the fixing holes on all 3 hinges. Take a countersunk screw and place this in the central hole of the first hinge, driving it straight into the plywood directly on top of the mark you made. It is important that you then place a second screw in the opposing central hole and drive this in with the point of the screw a little behind the pencil mark, closer to the outside edge of the hinge. This will help pull the join together. Repeat this process, placing a countersink screw in the central hole of hinge 2 and 3, then fill all the rest of the hinge fixing holes, pulling the join together. Check the hinges and join articulate smoothly. Repeat this on the other leg and check articulation. Take 2 T-nuts and place them into the holes as shown on the hinge side of the legs. These are fixed with the panhead screws. Make sure the T-nuts are pulled flush all around. If not, you may find alignment problems when mounting bolt-on features later. Using the spacer batten, insert this into the slots in the legs with the hinges facing inwards. This creates a stable structure that you can then lift and turn over. Be careful not to trap your fingers in the hinged join. Take one of the wooden battens and place this in the first marked square at the pointed ground end of the ramp. You can complete all the following phase with a partner holding and helping you, but it is much better and more accurate to use an adjustable quick clamp, which allows you to adjust and hold the batten in the correct position. Never bypass drilling holes first, as you may split the plywood and battens. The top face of the batten should be flush with the top face of the legs. Drill through the marked hole with a 3.5mm drill bit and secure the batten to the leg with a 5x50 TX25 screw. Repeat this on the other side of the batten. Move the clamp to the next set of square marks on the inside face of the legs. Repeat the process of drilling and screwing once you are sure the batten and legs are flush. Turn the structure over and take the plywood backplate with 2 holes. It is very important that you T-nut the correct face as shown. The top straight edge is cut at 5 degrees, and this can be hard to see without close examination. Follow the film carefully, turning the backplate over as shown. You should be able to see the face of the 5-degree cut edge. Place a T-nut into each hole and fix with the remaining panhead screws. The back plate should now be inserted within the lines on the inside face of the legs, with the T-nuts facing inwards. Make sure that the back plate and the legs are flush, and both touch the work surface evenly at both ends to avoid a gap between the ramp surface and the back plate. Tighten the clamp and drill a hole through the position marked on the leg into the end of the back plate. Take your time to ensure the hole is straight to prevent the drill bit or screw coming out of the side of the plywood. Fix these together with the TX 5x50 torque screws. Repeat on the other side and remove the clamp. Drill carefully through the next set of marked holes at both sides and secure with a 5x50 screws. It is better to drill near a table edge to ensure you make a straight hole. Turn the ramp back over, adjust the structure so it is easy to access the back face. This may be better done on a protected floor. And take the ramp surface, turning this so you can see the guidelines on the back face. The horizontal line across the shortest dimension should be at the top of the ramp. Place the surface on a structure so that the ramp surface very slightly overhangs the top edge, just enough to catch your nails. Carefully adjust the ramp surface, left or right. The distance from the edge of the ramp surface to the outside face of the legs should be 18mm on both sides. Before starting any drilling, it is essential that you check the drill marks on the face of the ramp surface line up with the edge of the plywood on the legs as shown. This next phase is critical. Once you are certain the ramp surface is properly aligned in all directions, take the 3.5mm drill, looking along the back face and aiming from above, drill through the central mark at the top of the ramp surface into the plywood end grain of the back plate. Drive a TX 25 5x50 screw into the hole, leaving the ramp surface free to move. Readjust the ramp surface using the guidelines on the underside of the ramp surface to keep the ramp edge parallel to the legs. The distance from edge to outside face of the legs should remain 18mm along the entire length of the sides. Drill through the centre hole in the ramp surface into the wooden batten and fix the ramp surface in place with a TX25 screw. Drill through the ramp surface into the end grain of the plywood along one side of the ramp and fix with TX25 screws. Repeat on the other side. Finally, go back to the top edge of the ramp and secure the central screw. Your assembly is now complete. Ramps should always be unfolded by an adult, especially for young children, to avoid finger entrapment in the hinge zone. The Sender Launchpad 500 can be taken to the park and worn as a rucksack by using the slots and straps provided. Please follow the demonstration which shows how easy the shoulder straps can be fitted and adjusted. We do not recommend children wear the 500 ramp in a rucksack mode, as it may be too big and heavy for young children, especially if they have to ride on a road. Parental control and judgment is essential. For transportation, the side slots and second strap can be used to prevent the ramp legs from opening and also secure the batten to the ramp. The batten is best located on the back face if the ramp is being carried in rucksack mode. Before heading out to jump, you should always check the security of all fixings and inspect the ramp for damage that may compromise its strength. Make sure the batten is fully located in place and undamaged before jumping off this ramp. You are now ready to go to find a safe place to practice jumping. The Sender 350 and 500 have bolt-on components perfect for practicing other mountain bike skills and techniques. We recommend treating your ramp with preservative before use and at least annually. The ramp should not be left outside and should be stored dry inside. For maximum fun and safety and enjoyment, please wear a helmet, preferably a full face helmet, and at least knee pads, elbow pads and gloves. Placing the ramps on grass will provide a softer impact surface, and a partner or spectator will look after you if a jump goes wrong and you need help. Make sure the ramp is suitably located for your ability level. It should always be placed on an even surface with all points in contact with the ground. Always work up ramp sizes, gaining confidence before attempting bigger ramps, bigger air, or bigger gap jumps. We always recommend using a tabletop to fill the gap, which makes transfers from takeoff ramp to landing ramps safer.